Dr. Here I am. So sorry I kept you waiting.
Oh, it's all right. I wasn't that long, really.
I bet you were ready to send out the search parties.
Well, I think the kitchen staff was.
Oh, well, I finished my dinner prep early.
Oh, well, why don't we sit down?
I went by the nursery and you know how short-staffed they are. I was helping to feed one of those little crack babies. Those poor little angels. They're so frail, and so... No, Mama. You know,
Yes, well, some of those cases are really heartbreaking.
it's such a waste. But I can go on and on. You wanted to see me.
Yes, I did.
Well, on the phone you sounded very urgent. So what was it that you wanted to talk to me about?
Are you sure it's Charlene's?
Whoso loves... I had this ring engraved, Frankie. Whoso loves believes the impossible was her favorite quote.
Have you found something you like?
Can you tell me where you got this ring?
Cory residence.
I've been trying to reach you for 24 hours.
You have?
Your first week of work and already you're playing hooky.
I'll have to get back to you.
Tear yourself away from your busy social life, Ray. The club manager.
Ian?
Don't ever call me here again.
Hi. Who's that on the phone?
Look, to hell with your regulations. I demand that you return my parcel.
Go! Let me go!
That's a final warning. All non-passengers must go
You
ashore.
don't understand. I have to see that man up there.
Send a letter.
Very funny, but this is important.
You don't have time. Come on.
Let me through.
But when a child has diarrhea, parents often give something.
What's Lisa doing?
Louis is fine.
Oh, I was just wondering, is she still on the medication?
Did you come all the way over here to ask me about Louisa?
Well, my husband and I were concerned.
Well, to have such fine people looking out for us as you and Dr. Hudson, that means a whole lot.
Well, if Louisa gets sick again, you feel free to call. I know what it's like to worry about every little sneeze.
Oh, do you? Do you have a child?
A stepson. Gregory.
Gregory. That's a fine name. So this is John's son?
Yes, from his first wife. She died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's very tragic.
Well, I'm sure, especially on the little one.
Yes, well, Gregory's the best. You know, he loved those cookies you sent over the other day.
Oatmeal raisin.
Well, he finished the plate.
Well, the boy has good taste. You know, you should bring him around here sometime when I'm cooking, and I'll bake him up something special.
That's very sweet.
And while you're at it, why don't you bring along that husband of yours? Do you realize that I have yet to meet him?
Well, I'm sure that he's looking forward to meeting you, too.
Have you any idea who brought this in, or when?
I know nothing about it. My partner took it in. Oh, is something wrong?
It seems strange that someone would want to sell their wedding ring.
People sell all sorts of things when money's tight.
$300.
$300?
Wow.
I didn't... It's a lot of money.
I could let it go for $250.
Could I have a minute?
John, are you okay?
This is the last thing I ever expected. Where did this come from? I mean, how did you get here?
We'll find out. We'll come back later. We'll talk to the partner, see who sold it to him, or how he got it.
I'm not sure that I want to know.
John, what? Aren't you going to buy it?
Over here!
No, let me pass. Let me pass.
You know the way out.
Carl! Carl!
Now, this is nothing but harassment, and I shall lodge a formal complaint.
Come with me.
Yes, I will.
Stop that
Hey,
man!
let's go!
You touch me one more time, and I'll have you reported to the authorities.
And how do you plan to explain trespassing and assaulting a ship's officer?
Self-defense.
This ship is about to leave port, and when she does, you will not be on board.
Well, then you're going to have to throw me off this ship because I'm not leaving until I talk to that man.
All right, men, take her away.
Don't you touch me. Don't touch me.
Keep it a secret. I'll let you know if it gets serious.
Well, how did they know to call you here?
If you were looking for me, where else would you look but in the arms of a beautiful woman? Where's the locket I gave you?
Oh, I plan on wearing it.
Good.
So about the call.
I don't ask you every detail of your life, do I?
Well, if you did ask me, I'd spill the beans.
I'm not asking.
Ian, I know you're a really private person, but sometimes it's not so easy. For me to understand.
Paulina, you know me better than anybody.
You're right, but some things for you are off limits, and I feel like I'm going to make a mistake.
You? Make a mistake? No, you wouldn't do it.
Right.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Don't think so much.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of wound up.
I know. I just think we should take...
Who can explain that? Fate, maybe. Do you believe in fate?
I don't know. Maybe someday. It's just not something I can measure scientifically.
See, I believe we're born into a life, and we grow and we change, and then we try to become the people we want to be, and we think that we have control over those things. But you see, what I wonder is how much of our future is already set out for us to begin with.
I never thought of it that way.
Well, there's just so many things you can't explain.
What kind of things?
Well, for example, how lucky we are that you and your husband came into our lives to care for Louisa. And why I have never to this day even had a hello or how do you do with the good doctor.
Well, I'm sure that you'll meet him at the winter masquerade.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
You're not coming?
Well, don't think that I didn't appreciate the invite. I did.
Oh, well, I hope I didn't put pressure on you by sending you a personal
No.
invitation.
No, not at all. I'm just not sure I can make it.
Well, whether you come or not is up to you. It was just our way of saying thank you for helping us when we were on suspension. If you can't come, we'll just have to think of another way to show our appreciation.
I have something for you.
What is it?
My cookie recipe.
Oh,
Oatmeal raisin for your little boy. What did you say his name was?
Gregory.
Okay. Gregory's oatmeal raisin cookies.
I hope they're easy. I'm not very good in the kitchen.
Oh, darling, these are as simple as they get. These cookies are, well, they're easy as pie. The secret is just a pinch of coconut.
I hear you have quite a reputation as a terrific cook.
Oh, well, these are someone else's recipe, but these are as good as gold. Oldies but goodies. And there you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So welcome.
Gosh, that's rather strange, isn't it?
What?
The way those frying pans are stacked with a spatula in each one.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that's my doing.
You organize your kitchen like that?
I'll bet you've never seen a person as compulsive as I am about kitchenware, have you?
Only once.
Well, I learned it from this woman in California, and she showed me how, and I don't know, just call me crazy, it suited my style.
California.
It seemed to make sense.
Yeah, definitely more
Because you
sense.
ask anyone around here, and they'll tell you that my kitchen has to be meticulous. I mean, Judy just loves me for it.
California, was that where you were before you came to Bay City?
No, Port Jarvis. Look, I'm sorry. I've really got to get back to work.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I really enjoyed us getting to know each other. I hope we can do that again sometime soon.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
And thank you for the recipe. Thank you for everything. Really. Thank you.
Very well.
Well, have you decided that your job was more important than an evening with Paulina?
I don't believe Paulina's much of your concern.
Nor do I want her to be my concern. Never, ever let your personal life interfere with business.
Is that your personal advice?
To you it is. So tell me, where have you been for the past 24 hours?
I've been very busy.
Now get this straight, Rain. When you work for me, there's one rule.
You expect 100%.
That's right.
I know, and when I clock in, that's all you'll get.
Expected.
But my time off is my own. My personal life and how I conduct it is none of your business.
Ian, I know you have trouble living within limits. You see rules as restrictions, authority as a threat. Your track record proves that.
I can do the job. I believe that's what's required.
All right, you get one chance, Rain. Just remember who the boss is. Now, here's a list of your instructions.
Thank you.
Hey, what are you doing here at this hour?
Well, I just read this article about you. I mean, it's incredible to...
Hello, Jake.
Well, what goes on here?
Like I always tell my kids, where's it written? That just...
What the hell's that guy doing here?
Ian works for me now.
Were you hired the lawn jockey?
Yes,
Why?
because he has what it takes to be the manager of my club.
Including a prison record.
Was there a reason for this unscheduled visit, Jack?
Yes, I was, just reading about your plans for the Harbor Club and wanted to congratulate you. I mean, so
Well, you showed very little interest in this project when we talked about it before.
I was having a bad day at Corey, Rachel. Had just come back, you know how it is.
So you've had a change of heart.
Yes, like you said. I could be a great help to you, so if you're looking for a partner...
No, I'm sorry, Jake. My offer is no longer on the table.
Look, Spencer, I know you might be a little ticked.
No,
but
don't take it personally, Jake. It's time that we both moved on.
You mean you and Rain?
Now, you see, I think it's... Jaco, does it bother you that Ian's working for me?
No. But it should bother you, the guy's bad news.
That's your perspective.
It's true. He sees something he wants, he goes after it. It doesn't matter if it's his or not. He's like a dog in heat.
I admire a man who goes after what he wants. You know that. I always have.
He is the reason that I lost Paulina, Spencer.
You drove her to him, Jake. Don't fool yourself.
Spencer, we had a common goal, a common cause. I sacrificed for you.
Jaco, let me tell you something about Ian Rain. He's loyal.
Loyal. Right.
He devoted his life to fulfilling his father's dream. Ian never forgets the people who helped him. Never.
You want loyal? Well, here's the most loyal advice you're ever gonna get. Ian is violent and unpredictable. Where he goes, the cops go. And I don't think in any new business venture that you're gonna start, you're gonna want the cops tagging along.
John, are you okay?
It feels like Charlene is waiting for me on the other side of that door.
Oh, sweetie.
It's just happening more and more.
But finding Charlene's ring was a shock. It's natural of you to have these feelings.
You know, after Charlene died, sometimes I would come home from work and I would stand here on this porch. I would swear that I could hear her inside playing with Gregory in the living room, or worse, I would smell something wonderful coming from the kitchen that she had just cooked.
You're always going to have those memories.
But they're worse now. They're worse than ever. Frankie, this ring was a symbol of our love. A circle never ending. And when I think about Someone making her take it off, or worse yet, finding her and taking it off of her fingers.
You cannot think about things like that.
I can't help it, Frankie. There are so many questions and no answers.
We're going to get answers about the ring, at least.
She must have gone through. I just can't even imagine.
You have been through so much yourself.
I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah. There's only one person on the other side of the door, and that's my wife, Kelsey. And you know what? I can't wait to see her.
She loves you so much.
I know.
Now listen, you tell her what is going on. She'll help you.
I will. Thanks, Frankie.
Listen, I'll call you later. And I love you, okay?
Take it you didn't find Carl.
Oh, yes, I found him all right. They just didn't let me get anywhere near him.
They wouldn't even give you a chance?
I wasn't a ticketed passenger, so they booted me off the ship.
That's lousy. Wouldn't have been anything off their knuckles to give you a few minutes together.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's on his way.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Well, maybe it's for the best.
Now, hold on a second. You're up here putting your heart in the deep freeze, and you think it's for the best?
Well, I made a spectacle of myself.
Because you didn't want him to leave.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Crazy enough to finally reveal what you feel. Crazy enough to finally open up your heart, listen to your heart. Okay, all right. You tell me, why did you go?
I told you he gave me something very special, and I wanted to thank him.
What was that?
A letter from Mac. An old letter.
What did it say?
It's proof that Mac is innocent. That he's the man that I've always known him to be. He didn't cheat anyone. He didn't betray his principles.
By golly, you've waited a long time to hear that.
Carl gave me my husband back. And he didn't ask for anything in return.
That says a lot.
It cost him a lot, too. It cost him the memories about his own father.
It must have hurt bad.
It was an extraordinary gift.
Come on, honey. Come on. If that's the real reason that you bolted off to that boat like a bat out of bedlam, you really are crazy. I mean, a thank you card would have been enough.
Well, it's too late anyway.
Look, I've got a big pot of cabbage soup on the stove. More than enough for two.
I'm not hungry.
Conversation about anything you want. And nothing that you don't want. Promise.
I think I'm better off alone. Thank you, Loretta.
Okay. Why, I bet you gave those guys on the ship a really tough time, huh? Kicked them in the shins?
Yeah, a lot of good it did me.
Next time, aim higher. I'm sorry, Rachel. I really am.
Think about it. Walk out this door. And who will there be? You have no one.
I'll have life.
Yes, you'll be surrounded by ungrateful children and their children's children, and there'll be no art, and there'll be no company. And emotionally, they'll use you up. And what will you become? What lies ahead for you? A sad, bitter, old woman. Oh, Rachel. Let's not do justice to what I'm feeling. Rachel, please. Please marry me. Have you been looking for me?
After most meals and snacks, plaque pH can fall to levels where acid starts attacking teeth.
I went to the ship.
Yes, I was given a rather extraordinary account.
Yes, probably all true.
Well, I'd just settled into my cabin when one of the ship's officers came by, limping. He told me about a crazy lady who demanded to see me. And when she was refused, that she attacked him, kicking violently.
Is that so?
Well, imagine that. I, of course, wondered immediately. I mean, who did I know? Who could it be that would take on a luxury liner on my behalf?
And you figured it was me?
Well, who else fit the description? Tall, striking brunette with fire blue eyes and very determined.
Not determined enough.
Don't underestimate yourself.
They got me off the ship, didn't they?
Yes. Yes. Outmanned. Well, anyway, when I was informed, you were gone and the ship had sailed.
Yes. I watched it leave.
Well, fortunately, the pilot boat was alongside. I convinced them to take me aboard. Here I am.
Well, you're lucky to have found me. I might have been in jail.
Rachel, you came here from Bay City. Why? Why was it so important for you to see me?
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I shouldn't have missed the memorial.
It's all right, I understand.
I acted first and thought second.
You were being a good doctor.
Please don't act like it's okay. I know how important it was to you.
But when you didn't show up, I acted like it was the end of the world. It clearly wasn't. I was nowhere near. Cassie. You were the most important thing in the world to me. I would never do anything to jeopardize this relationship. I hate fighting with you. Because it means I have so much less time to do this.
I hate fighting with you, too.
Well, it never would have happened if I hadn't been so damned insensitive to your feelings.
No, it was my idea that we were both there.
But when you didn't show up, I overreacted. I was really, really overboard. I'm sorry.
No. No, I was.
Kelsey, I knew that the memorial service really bothered you. I could feel something was wrong, and I didn't know what, but now I do.
No, you don't.
Why? What do you mean?
I was upset, but it wasn't the memorial service.
Well, then what was it? Can you tell me?
Maybe it's time I did.
Coming! Jake.
Hiya.
What do you want?
I need to speak with Amanda.
Well, she's not here, but thanks for stopping by.
Her secretary said she'd be stopping by. I'll just wait.
Fine, I'm leaving anyway.
Here, let me help you with that.
Not
Oh,
good.
come on, Pauline.
I
I've helped
said
you
no.
1,000. It's new, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ian, right?
Yes,
It was my Valentine's Day gift.
Well, it's, nice.
Yes, it's nice. And I love it because it comes from the heart.
More like the wallet.
All right, Jake. Take a good long look. Read the inscription.
To Paulina.
Mm-hmm.
Who never stopped believing.
That's right. And it's true. I believe in Ian in a way that I could never believe in you.
Oh, Bull, the guy's just taking you for a
You
ride.
don't know anything about it because this is a token of someone's true affection.
The only true thing you can say about Ian is that now that he has a job, he's a big spender.
Ian is still job hunting, not that it's any of your business.
Forget it.
I know that look. What do you
No,
know?
just tell Amanda that I couldn't wait and I stopped by,
The
all right?
truth, Jake, now, or I will permanently ground your foot into the floor with the spike of my high-heel boot.
Ian got a job at a club.
Whose club?
Oh, come on, Paulina, I said too much already. Now you're going to try to drag it out of...
Whose club? Who gave Ian the job?
Spencer.
Sure.
Oh, you had a nightmare that night. You said something that really threw me.
What was it?
Charlene.
I wish you'd told me.
You're right. I'm lying in bed with my husband and he calls out his first wife's name. I don't think so.
Kelsey, I can explain. Listen, there was a time in my life when those nightmares nearly destroyed me about what happened to me in Vietnam.
Charlene really helped you through that time, didn't she?
She helped put what happened to me in Vietnam behind me.
I should have realized.
I wish you'd asked me about it.
I was afraid that I was making too big a deal out of it. You know me.
Yeah, I do. Would obsessive be too strong a word?
Yeah, like the ring, right?
The what?
The ring and the pie.
Oh, yeah,
That was a pretty outrageous way to propose.
it was.
Putting a ring and a piece of pie and having it served to me.
Well, you know me, I'm always out on a limb.
You were trying to be sweet, and look at how I reacted. I mean, it's not like you were trying to hide something.
Kelsey.
John, what I'm trying to say is that I should have told you that you called out Charlene's name, and I was just afraid that I was being too obsessive.
Listen, I want you to know that you can come to me anytime about anything. And you know that, don't you?
Ian would never work for Spencer.
It's hard to believe, but it's true.
Maybe you lowered yourself to Spencer's level, if that's even possible, but Ian never would.
Well, I went by Spencer's, and guess whose locket-loving boyfriend was brown-nosing the boss?
If Ian was there, and I sincerely doubt it, he must have had a good reason.
Sure, to clock in.
Ian knows how much Spencer hurt my family. He knows that Spencer gave you all the ammo it took to steal my father's company.
Spencer gave me an opportunity to make something of
Oh,
myself.
tell it to someone who cares, Jake.
Saw a company that needed a leader, and he knew that leader was me.
Spencer is the reason I left you at the altar, Jake. You sold your soul to Spencer Harrison. Ian would never stoop that low.
Well, maybe Ian didn't want any more Corey dirt under his fingernails. Did you ever think about that?
Oh, right, and I'm supposed to believe that Ian would be oh so much happier stuffing himself into a shirt and tie every day.
Well, he better get used to it, especially since he's going to be Spencer's new manager.
This is so ridiculous. Since when does Spencer own a club?
Since he bought an abandoned building on the K Street Pier, the purchase has already been written up. He's dumping tons of money into it so he can have a ritzy club, and Ian is going to be his front man.
What do you mean, front man?
Front man, let's see. Well, sort of a high-class errand boy. Come to think of it, that's kind of a lateral move for him, don't you think?
You did this on purpose, didn't you? You came here to badmouth Ian and stir up trouble.
I did not.
Get out of this house now.
What are you getting mad at me for? You drugged the information out of
And
me.
you loved every minute of it. Spreading vicious lies, trying to make me think that I couldn't trust Ian.
Ian will do that all by himself.
Get lost, Jake.
I am waiting for Amanda.
Then wait outside.
Fine.
Good riddance.
But why don't you ask your boyfriend why he went to work for the man you hate most?
Second most, right after you.
Oh, thank you.
You're not welcome.
Just tell Amanda I stopped by.
Goodbye, Jake.
Why, Rachel?
I wanted to thank you.
You came all the way here from Bay City, caused that commotion on the ship to thank me.
I wanted to thank you for giving me Mac's letter.
I see.
I know how difficult it was for you to give it to me.
Yes, I tried to a few times, if you remember.
I'm glad you persevered. When we get it verified, it'll prove Mac is innocent.
As well it should. Rachel, you know, it's right that you preserve the memory of your husband.
But what about the memories of your father?
What about them?
The letter seemed to indicate that Andrew Hutchins was the one that sold the rainforest and betrayed Mac and Ian's father.
Yes, I believe in all likelihood that will prove to be the truth.
And you're willing to publicly acknowledge that?
Yes, of course.
It took great courage for you to give me that letter.
Rachel, my father was not an especially tall man. When I was a lad, with never a crack in my heart, he seemed to me to be a giant.
You loved him?
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. I suppose I worshipped him. I mean, after all, there was no one else.
But you could have preserved his reputation. You could have destroyed that letter. You had that choice.
Yes, a year ago, I would have burned the damn thing, not given it a second thought.
Yes, but you didn't. Why? Why not?
That option was no longer open to me.
No one would have known.
I would have known, Rachel. And that is your doing. That's because of you. I'm no longer so quick to anger. I don't act quite in the same type of haste. A little more thoughtful. And I'm continually feeling more. Sometimes quite unexpectedly. I know you find it hard to believe all. Are you cold? Do you want my coat?
No. No, I'm fine.
Yes. Yes, so you are. Well, if we've both said our part, I have a helicopter waiting to take me back to the ship. Rachel, turn around. Let me see you. I shall carry with me the memory of this rooftop. And I shall remember that I was once able to stand here, look up at the heavens, and believe that all things were possible.
Carl.
So much.
I love you too.
How come whenever I'm with you, everything seems like it's going to be okay?
Because it is.
Fate.
Fate?
It's just a conversation I had today. The gist of it is, I don't know what brought us together or who, but I'm really glad we're here.
Well, listen, from now on, when something's bothering you, you talk to me about it, all right?
Okay.
That's my girl. Well, I'm gonna go and pick up Greg. He's at my mom's.
Oh, I'll go.
Listen, I've got an idea. Why don't we both go and we'll stop at that Italian place on the way back?
Giordano's, I
Yeah.
love it. Let me
Yeah.
go change.
Okay.
John, thank you for understanding. I really thought that my sensitivity about Charlene was over. I guess there was still a little bit left over.
You're entitled?
After today, things are going to be different. Now that I know that I overreacted and there really was no reason to.
Kelsey, I don't think it's strange that reminders of Charlene bother you.
You don't?
No, I think it's quite natural. The point is that you're my wife now, and I love you, and that's all that really matters. So go change.
Okay.
Going to the ball, Kay? I'm not sure yet.
Oh, you have to. It's the event of the year.
Oh, if I could. I don't think
Oh,
I can...
find a way to get there. You only live once, right?
Hi.
Come in.
I thought you had important stuff to take care of at Cavier Y.
I did. I'm back.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
So why did you have to see me straight away?
When were you going to tell me you're working for Spencer?
There is something I still want to say to you.
What is it?
Something I've known for some time now.
I'm listening.
When I'm not with you, I miss you.
You miss me?
And the day when I thought I wouldn't see you again. I felt an emptiness I haven't felt
Since Mag died.
Yes. I don't know what to do about this. I feel
So curiously turned around. Well, you needn't say anymore.
Please. Please don't leave.